as mentioned, as we always have, my friend Lee Addison, head of rugbyleaguecoach.com.au. Mate, how good was last week's breakdown?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and particularly enjoyed that we did it randomly. So I've asked you if we can do it again, and hopefully you've got your random number generator again.
I do. I have it right here. I'm going to put the max to 80 for 80 minutes in a game. 1 to 80. But yeah, that was great. I think it was one of the best we've had all year. I loved how you broke down play by play, and people got to see how a coach analyzes each individual play and how they look at the game so closely and specifically. So I love that. So we're going to do it again. I've pressed generate on the numbers, and we've got number 20.
Can't see it. Can't see it because of your background. No. Bring it closer to your mic. There we go. I just saw it then.
Did ya?
And then your face disappeared.
Oh, we're all, there we go. Oh,
there's definitely a 20 there.
It's definitely a 20. So we're going to have to work on that. I don't know why that's happening.
We'll probably have to get some kind of screen thing. So I'm having a look at the Burleigh Colts. Staying on the Colts theme, Burleigh Colts.
I love staying on the Colts theme, shining a light on the younger generation. So let's have a look at the Colts.
Mate, been giving it some thought, spoke to my neighbours. How about I share the screen? That's probably the best way.
Yeah, I'm glad the neighbours agreed. Let's go ahead and share the screen.
Okay, so
full disclosure to the viewer, it's 19 minutes 13 seconds, but I'm sure they can give us that.
Yeah, okay, let's have a look. Ooh, a bit of a shift from the opponent. Chesty collision.
That's the Blackhawks, mate. They're a very, very quality Colt side.
There's a lot of conjecture in the game at the minute about this dancing and wrestling and catching and whatnot. And it's clear, look at that third man coming in there, number 12. Very grey areas, but you can tell Burleigh very heavily coached on the ruck area. The camera angle is a bit deceiving, but I do think their spacings allowed the nose to get through there of the Blackhawks player. So obviously from the camera angle, Taylor, it's very hard to ascertain how far apart they actually are. But I'm looking at the hips here, turning in particular. When they have to turn in like that, the spacings are quite wide. So in theory, they should be doing an up and in defense. So when that does happen, though, you shouldn't really be getting your nose through the line like that. And I think you'll find that's because of the chest collisions. The Blackhawks overload the short side, and there's a bit there too that I want to look at. So I would like to see Burleigh or any team playing against the Blackhawks, if they go down the short side like this, to just hold the defensive line, not to rush. Obviously, it was a quick ruck, but with the marker. So I usually call with my team's negative marker. So if the play the ball is around the scrum line, and again, we've got to look at camera angle and perspective and consider that, then send the second marker negative to the negative side, the short side. Here they've all sort of panicked a little bit, and the edge defenders, the 2 in and the 3 in defender, have rushed in, and there's those turned in hips again. Number 6 for the Blackhawks manages to push the ball on, and there's another nose through scenario, another break coming to the fore. So the Blackhawks have had an excellent set here, and Burleigh are playing catch up. This is I wouldn't say an unorganized defensive line, but it's not in control. So you've got a couple of players there on the short side who are having a snooze. You've got one man making a tackle. Now, I mean, when's the last time one man in rugby league made a tackle in the middle of the field?
In the middle of the park, very rarely.
So that's another indication of their spacings. It's not a line anywhere. So they're at 6s and 7s. I just didn't want to say that word discombobulated again. I got slated for that off someone last week. And you can see at the marker scenario, number 9 wasn't even in the ballpark there. I think I have no idea of the context of the game. I don't know who won or lost. I don't have a clue. But I can, if I'm just taking it based on what I've just seen there, I'd expect that the Blackhawks might have won because they were so dominant in attack, and Burleigh were unorganised and at 6s and 7s in defence. Disarray is the word I'd probably use, particularly on tackles 3, 4, and 5.
Well, let's now turn. We'll get a perfect opportunity now to see them coming out of their own end. coming out of trouble. Let's see what they have to offer in their get-out sets.
So they're in their own exit area, which I would have sort of thought they want to try and keep it simple. I have no idea of the score, but I can only assume, having just conceded a try, they're not exactly in a positive position. Now, again, perspective is everything, but they don't look far away from the 10-metre line, and the dummy half runs what is commonly known as a C line. I mean, I do doubt that marker was square, but I feel that he ended up pushing him out that far that his run basically made no meter. So, or maybe 1 meter. Oh, no, 0, maybe -1. So
-1, yeah.
Yeah. So they're at 6s and 7s still. So I want to put this a bit of context for you, Taylor, and the rest of the viewers. When you've just defended and you're in disarray for the last 3 tackles, the last thing you need is to have disarray in your attack. You need to try and settle back into your attack as soon as you can. Just kill. I talk about the temperature of the game a lot. Just kill things, kill the speed, kill the tempo, kill the energy in the game that the opposition are bringing. Instead, the body language doesn't look good. They're getting driven back. The Blackhawks are all over them at the minute. They possibly got to the 10-metre line. Now I get the feeling that, and this is going right back to a base level of rugby league. I think, you know, the old call, oh, look, they don't want it. They don't want it.
Yeah.
It looks like it there. Like they're looking around at each other. You know, who's going to take this ball in? I like that from the hooker. He noticed something. But looks like there's some kind of penalty, so I'll just wind it on. We're looking at him defending again. While I'm just doing this, can you just check what the score is at the end?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't let me know at the end because I'm going to sort of predict it. All
right.
So, I mean, this is cheeky too from the Blackhawks. They basically, you know, like in under 6s or under 7s, when somebody gets the ball and tries to run all the way around, they find some space right on this side, they run all the way around. This isn't far off that. The Burleigh defense hasn't moved up on the short side there. When they do, they're at 6s and 7s. The number 4 looks a bit of a shaky defender, just on what I've seen. He might be the best defender in the club, I don't know, but he's been a bit shaky. I can see here the way he's reaching out for the tackles with the old shopping trolley, the Superman. His feet are all far away. And his opposite number obviously fancies him, but to be fair to the Burleigh number 4, he did make the tackle. Now, if whoever's in dummy half here, if he just dummied this way and went there, it looks like he could have some joy, but he doesn't. But we're here to look at the Burleigh defence. I mean, you want your A defenders up there, your B defenders. They shouldn't be going horizontally here. The hips are turning in here again. If the
hips look terrible.
If the Blackhawks want to move the ball, then I think they might have some joy here. Literally, I think go push the ball before I let the tape run. Push the ball into the second and third of the field, I think, here. And they're going to find some defenders on the edges on this side that are going to turn in and panic. Let's have a look. There you go. What did I say?
Yeah.
and yeah, they didn't come up with any points, only through their own error. So, look, there's no need to go through much more of that tape. We've had a good look at the Burleigh defence, and what we've also seen is the way they defend under pressure and attack under pressure. And the final analysis is I wasn't that impressed. I'm going to have a guess at what happened in the game. I would imagine the Blackhawks ran up quite a sizable lead in the first half. Burleigh may have come back a little bit in the second half, but I reckon the Blackhawks might have won by about 20 to 30.
Full-time score 52-18. The Blackhawks beating Burleigh.
Yeah.
And there was a small, they tried to come back at them with less than 10 minutes to go. The Bears scored 2 tries in the 74th and 77th minute.
What was the halftime score, lad?
Halftime score would have been, that's 40. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So there was 6 tries plus conversions for the Blackhawks, 2-0.
There you go. So, all I can say is to the viewers, I definitely haven't looked at it. I've not had time this week. I'm front loading a load of work this week. So yeah, that was just guessing, just from the patterns that you could see there. So hopefully everyone believes us.
Beautiful. Yeah, well, I know, Lee, you know, it's in our hearts. We don't have to convince anybody. All right. Thank you very much, Lee. Again, if you want any advice, any tips from Lee, you just want a one-on-one chat about coaching and or your season, it's the business end. Don't regret at the end of the season. Get in touch with him, rugbyleaguecoach.com.au. All his socials are there as well. So, Lee, thank you very much, and we'll catch you next weekend.
Thanks, Taylor. Take care.